Mark 15:22 to 41. So this is about Jesus' crucifixion, and they were mocking him. But then when Jesus died, the centurion who was like in front of him saw the way that he died and what he said. He that centurion believed that Jesus was the Son of God. And not only that, I read in the Chinese, they experience something similar, and in their writing around, they know that there was an eclipse or some kind of natural phenomenon that happened and they said that this is when the man from heaven died. And so it's hard to correlate the two dates, the calendar that we have now with with the Chinese record. I think I tried to correlate it, and it's like off. The year isn't like exact, like it's not a match, but we know that around that same time, like around maybe give or take 20 years, there's Chinese historical record that point to a birth of a person of great significance and the death of that same person. And I think that those records actually point to Jesus. If we got our calendars like all right. But then so the centurion who was here, he definitely believed that Jesus is the Son of God. And the thing that stood out to me today is that Jesus cried out with a loud voice, like, why God, why have my God, why have you forsaken me? And so that must have been very distressing for him. Like I said in a previous reading, I feel like all that he endured physically wasn't painful to him as this moment when he was separated from God. I think he was in fellowship with God. God is 3 in 1, Father, Spirit, Son, and they've always been together. But this is like a death of a part of that. It's kind of like your member, your who you are being torn, ripped apart and separated. And not only that, you're separated from love, the God who is pure, who is love, who is light, who is all these good things. And near death experiences can attest to this aspect of God. And then you're just ripped out, and then Jesus, like, it's kind of like being like torn apart, who you are torn apart. And I think that, and the fellowship being broken with a loving God, that must have hurt Jesus a lot more. And no wonder why he cried out with a loud voice that. And not only that, before he died, he then let out a loud cry again and died. And I wonder what made him cry out right before he died. There must have been some kind of internal violence or something that maybe like death. It's he has to battle death, or no, he was taken by death. He's probably taken into this like near death experience. People call it like a place that is full of torment and dark. And I think that must have been hard for Jesus. And so there are people who were named, who were witnesses to his crucifixion, and they used to follow him and serve him. And even then, like, I would imagine, like, he has quite a following, but that's not enough to go against the wishes of the crowd that the scribe and Pharisees incited to want to kill Jesus. So, well, I wonder how many of them stayed. Like, obviously there's this group, and it seems like they were kind of powerless to do anything except to look on. And I would wonder what is going on in their mind at this point. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Must have been very distressed.